Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a very long time, but I am back making tutorials for you guys, and first tutorial of the year is this one right here, and I am obsessed with it. I got inspired by I Love Sarai. I will leave her information down below, but I'm sure all of you guys know her, but just in case if you don't, I'll leave her information down below. She's on YouTube and on Instagram, and she is absolutely beautiful, and she created this look, and I was obsessed with it, so I did wear this look for New Year's Eve, but I just did not take any pictures or film it, so I did want to recreate that for you guys. I know the holidays are kind of over, but you know, you probably still have parties or you still have places to go on the weekends, so I think this look is just absolutely gorgeous. So if you guys want to see how I created this look, please keep watching. Alright you guys, so let's go ahead and get started. Excuse my voice, I think I did mention it in the intro that I am sick, so I do sound congested and like a little manly, and I apologize for that because I feel like I sound disgusting. But we're just gonna go ahead and get started with this video so I can show you guys how I created that emerald look inspired by I Love Sarai. So I am going to be using her palette, and it's this one right here. It is the Through My Eyes palette by I Love Sarai X Colourpop, and it just looks like this. Such a beautiful palette, and I'm going to be using this emerald. It's called Emerald Dream. So this emerald color right here, this moody color. And I did pull out my Alamar Cosmetics Volume 1 palette, and I am planning on using this Celia palette right here. Or, not the palette, but this shadow right here. It is super nice and creamy. So we are going to be using just those three emerald colors, and of course just some of the neutral colors in this palette. Alright, so the first thing is I already applied my Vaseline Lip Therapy Lip Balm, and I love this stuff. It really helps hydrate my lips, and I always, no matter what look I am doing, I always start off with applying some sort of lip balm to my lips so they could be nice and soft by the time I get done with my makeup look and do the final touch, which is the lipstick. Alright, so the first thing I do is I prime my lids, and I usually just use whatever concealer I have, and I go ahead and buff it out. I am using my Wet n Wild concealer, and I'm just going to buff that all out with my RC Cosmetics brush. I am going to be using the color Sandalwood, and I absolutely love this color because it is barely, you can barely see it on my skin, but I do love it because it's like the perfect like setting powder and transition color, and it doesn't give you too much of a color. So I'm going to just be applying Sandalwood all over the lid. I'm going to be using that as like a setting powder for that concealer that I just used to prime my lids. And as you can tell, it's barely showing on my skin. So I'm just going to go back and forth trying to create that transitioning color right on the crease. Just like that. And we're going to do the same thing to the other eye. Alright, so once I do that, I'm going in with this color right here, which is called Moody. So I am going to add that color right to the corner, and then just go right underneath that transition color that we just used. As you can see, this color is super pigmented. It's already showing up. And like I say, if you just keep blending, that color is just going to come a long way. I do want to focus this main color almost all over the lid, but as I get more into the center and the inner corner of my eye, I do want to go with a lighter hand and focus like the color being more heavy out on this outer part of my eye. So I try to distribute most of the color outside before I bring in my brush. Again, just focusing the brush towards the outer part of your eye and then slowly buffing it into the middle of your eye. Okay, so I'm going to kind of leave that there for a little bit, and I'm going to work on the other eye, and I will be right back. Alright, so I don't know if you can tell that I decided to wing out this shadow. So I'm going to go ahead and do the same to this eye. And don't worry about like messing it up down here, because we are going to clean it up with a wipey. And trust me, I know this look looks crazy right now. The first time I did this look, I seriously was about to quit at this very moment. I was like, what is this? What is on my eyes? What am I doing? But once you do everything else that you have to do, the look really does come together and looks really, really nice. Alright, so now I'm going to go back into that transition color, and I'm just going to go over the top of this emerald color and just try to buff it out. Okay, now I'm going to do the same to the other eye. Alright, so now I am going to go ahead and focus on the emerald, this beautiful emerald color right here. And I am going to wet my brush a little bit. I'm just using the other side of this Lunar Beauty brush that I got from the palette. So I'm going to dip my brush in this color right here, and then apply that by packing it on. Try not to get too much fallout. And I'm trying to just put it like on my eyelid and on my inner corner, and then just buffing it out. This color is seriously so beautiful. I love it. Oh. Then I'm going to get this one, not adding any more color to it, and just try to blend just a little bit. Picking up more of the Emerald Dream color and packing it on. I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. Alright, so now I'm going to go into my Alamar Cosmetics palette, and I'm going to get the color Celia right here. I'm going to wet my brush again and use the other, like this other side. I used this one for the emerald green, so I'm going to use that other side for that Celia color. It does have next to the names, these shimmery colors right here do have like a water droplet next to them, so it's basically telling you that it's best used wet. So that's what I'm going to do. So now that I packed it on, I'm going to push it into my eyelid, again trying to avoid too much fallout, and I just try to spread it, and then I flip this brush and just buff everything together, adding more of that Celia color, doing it to my other eye, and just tapping it, patting it down. And now that I'm like looking at this look, I feel like that wing is not going to work for me, which is so easy to fix because I have not done my foundation yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and grab a wipey. So I'm just going to clean it up underneath, and then I'm going to erase that wing that I just did. It does look nice, but I don't know, hold up. Nah, I'm going to take it off. So I'm just going to take it off, kind of round it right here. Just round it right there. And then to clean up that harsh edge, you're just going to go in with your transition color with no extra product and just buff everything together. So how beautiful does that color look? I am obsessed with this look. Okay, so let's go ahead and keep going. So I'm going to leave my eyes like this for now. I'm going to focus on my face makeup now. So the next thing I'm going to add is my face primer. This is by e.l.f. I really like this face primer because it kind of reminds me of the Smashbox Photo Finish one and the Maybelline Baby Skin, I think it is, that line with Maybelline. Alright, so I have to restart my camera because it like turns off every 30 minutes. So after my primer, I am going to be applying my foundation, and I'm going to be applying the Infallible Pro Glow by L'Oreal. And I don't know what it's been with me lately, but I really have been enjoying applying my foundation with a brush again. So I'm just going to apply the foundation onto the brush just like that. This brush is dirty because I used it yesterday. And now I'm just stipple the foundation all over my face. Alright, so the next thing is going to be concealer. And I am going to use the Wet n Wild concealer that I have been using. This one is Photo Focus from their line. So I'm just going to put just a little bit under the eyes. Not too much because this concealer is a little too light for me right now. I have to buy another one. I am going to use that same brush that I used to buff it out on my lid. And I'm going to do the same to the bottom. Okay, and with the same brush, I'm going to apply my powder. My favorite one is the Airspun Loose Powder, face powder. So I'm just going to get whatever is on the lid, pack it on right underneath my eyes. And then whatever is left on my brush, I kind of just go around and distribute it all over my face. I'm going to let the powder rest a little bit underneath my eyes while I go ahead and add my blush. I am going to use Wet n Wild, as you guys can tell. I really like Wet n Wild. They're affordable, have super nice products, well, at least the ones that I've tried out. And this blush is one of my favorites, especially for this time of year, because it is matte and it's called Mellow Wine. So I'm just going to apply that to the apples of my cheeks. Alright, so I know it looks a little crazy right now, but I am trying to go heavy before I buff everything out. So next I am going to apply my bronzer, and I am going to be using my favorite from Morphe, and it's in the color Megastar. So I'm going to use that with a Real Techniques brush. I'm going to just swirl it in the product. Start at the hairline and just buff it. I go on the temples, a little bit around my forehead because, like I said, I have the tiniest forehead. I don't have to make it look any smaller. And then I do the same to the other side. You go a little bit on the jawline and under the chin. And whatever is left on the brush, I kind of just pinch the brush and do that right on the sides of my nose. To try to create that slimmer nose effect. And the last thing on my face is I'm going to apply my highlight, and I am using BOOMIN by Shayla X ColourPop. Another video that I'm probably going to do here soon is my ColourPop collection. I have quite a few items from them and I am seriously so obsessed with them. But I have had friends not know who they are, so I definitely have to make a video about them so that you guys could go ahead and check them out, because they are super affordable and their products are seriously so good, so pigmented. I absolutely love all of their products, so I do want to do a video about the collection that I have of them. So now I'm just going to apply my highlight on the apples of my cheek, just like that. I'm going to do the same thing, pinch the brush and just run it down the bridge of my nose, and then focus a little bit more of the product on the tip of the nose, and then I do add some on my Cupid's bow. And a little bit above the eyebrows. Alright. Okay, so I'm going to let my makeup on my face set now. Just kind of sit there for a little bit before I go in there and kind of just blend everything out. So now we're going to move on back to my eyes, and I am going to apply my dual dark tone lash glue to my lashes. Alright, and for lashes, I'm going to be using these right here. These are from Trendy Gal, and I got them online. I will leave her information down below. She does have a online boutique. She is a local from my area, so I did purchase these from her online store, and I really love her lashes, and they are so affordable. I think most of her lashes are like $5, so that's very affordable, and they are super nice. I love them. So I'm going to be using these. Again, these are in the style TEASE. So I'm going to go ahead and apply the lash glue to them, and then I will be right back. Alright, so while my lashes are drying, I am going to be adding a little bit of mascara, and I am using the Wet n Wild Mega Volley Mascara. I am going to say this is not one of my favorite drugstore mascaras. I don't know what it is. I just haven't been able to get like used to it, and it does take me a while to get used to like new mascaras. But I've been using this for a while now, and it's just not one of my favorites. So this is probably going to be the last time I buy this mascara. So as I let that dry, I am going to focus on the bottom lash line. And for my bottom lashes, I am going to go ahead and use this small little brush from Morphe. It's the E18 brush. And I'm going to go into my bronzer. And I'm going to kind of underline my lash line. Next, I am going to go into the Through My Eyes palette, and I'm going to use the Moody color, but just a little bit because it is green. I don't want to give the illusion of having a black eye. So we're just going to apply a little bit on the bottom lash line. So I'm going to start working on my eyebrows, and for that I am going to be using the Wet n Wild retractable brow pencil in the color medium brown. I really like this brow pencil, and for being drugstore, being like, I want to say less than $4, it's really good. So I am going to be using that, and I'm just going to kind of do little brush strokes following the hair of my eyebrow. Okay, so now that my eyebrows are done, I'm going to go ahead and apply my lashes. They should be tacky enough already, and I just use my tweezers to apply that. And I just place it in the center of my eye first. And then I grab the inner corner, place it, grab the outer corner, place it, just like that. I probably covered this whole process with my lashes, but I really do have to be up close to apply them. But I absolutely love them. It gives me such a pretty wispy lash. And I let those dry completely before I kind of try to squeeze them more together with my lash. Now I'm going to apply my bottom mascara. Alright, so as you can see, I accidentally hit my nose with my mascara. So I was doing my bottom lashes. So we're going to let that dry. We're not going to mess with it right now. We're going to let it dry, and then we're going to scrape it off with a spoolie. So as that's drying, I'm just going to make sure that my lashes are stuck there where they're supposed to be. Alright, so I just went ahead and took off that mascara stain because it was really bugging me. So for the lips, I am going to be using this DEETS New York High Definition Liquid Lipstick. I'm so sorry, I have no idea what the name is, and I'm sure you can just kind of purchase it on their website. I did get this from a BoxyCharm, so I don't have like the complete information, but I will try to find the link for it and leave it down below for you guys. But I absolutely love this lipstick. It's very nude. Alright, so the last thing I'm going to do is, because I still have a little bit of powder under my eyes, I'm just going to wipe that off, blend a little bit, poof up my hair, poof it up, and now you have your final look. I hope you guys enjoyed this look. I absolutely loved it. Like I said, I did wear it for New Year's Eve, and I just didn't take any pictures with it. I totally forgot, but I absolutely wanted to recreate this look for you guys. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please let me know down below what you guys want to see next from me. Like this video. Subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe. Share this video if you guys would like to. And I will see you guys on the next one. Bye! Really? Let's not freak out. Let's let this dry before I do anything else. Got to be kidding me. Alright, so as you can see, I fucked up.